Egypt, a country with a history spanning over 5,000 years, is known for its monumental achievements. But while the world often associates Egypt with its ancient civilization, the economy of modern Egypt is a complex and evolving story. Today, we will take you on a journey through Egypt's economic past, its key sectors, current challenges, and the reforms that aim to shape its future. Section 1. Ancient wealth and the Nile's influence. Let's begin with ancient Egypt, where the economy was founded on the riches of the Nile. The annual flooding of the river fertilized the soil, making agriculture the cornerstone of the economy. This consistent source of wealth supported one of the world's earliest and most powerful civilizations. The ancient Egyptians also traded extensively with neighboring regions, exchanging goods like gold, papyrus, and linen for luxury items like incense and spices. But their wealth wasn't just in trade, it was also in monumental construction. The pyramids and temples we admire today were part of a vast system that tied economic activity to religious and political life. As the centuries passed, Egypt's reliance on the Nile persisted, but the rise of modern states brought new economic challenges. Section 2. Modern times. From nationalization to market reform. By the mid-20th century, Egypt was undergoing significant change. The Egyptian Revolution of 1952, led by Gamal Abdel Nasser, marked the beginning of a new era. Nasser's policies emphasized nationalization, taking control of industries such as banking, shipping, and textiles. These industries were placed under state control, and land reforms were aimed at redistributing wealth to the lower classes. In the short term, these policies improved access to jobs and services, but they also stifled private enterprise and long-term innovation. By the late 1970s, Egypt's economy was struggling under the weight of state control, leading to a new phase of reform. Section 3. INFITAH. Opening the doors to the market. In the 1970s, President Anwar Sadat launched a new economic policy known as the INFITA, or Open Door Policy. This opened Egypt to foreign investment and began the shift from a state-controlled economy to a more market-driven one. While this move attracted foreign businesses and boosted sectors like tourism and construction, it also led to growing inequality. Wealth flowed primarily into the hands of the elite, while the majority of Egyptians saw little benefit. Over time, Egypt faced mounting debt, inflation, and a growing gap between rich and poor. The journey of economic reform was just beginning. Section 4. Key sectors of Egypt's economy today. 4.1 Agriculture. Agriculture has long been a pillar of Egypt's economy, employing millions of Egyptians. The Nile Delta is still fertile, producing vital crops like wheat, rice, and cotton. However, with Egypt's population growing rapidly and water resources becoming scarcer, the agricultural sector faces increasing challenges. Modernizing agriculture with better irrigation systems and technology is crucial to Egypt's food security. 4.2 Tourism. Tourism is another critical sector. Millions of visitors flock to Egypt each year to explore its ancient wonders, the pyramids of Giza, the temples of Luxor, and the resorts along the Red Sea. This sector generates billions of dollars in revenue and supports jobs across the country. However, political instability and the global pandemic have hit this industry hard in recent years. The Egyptian government is investing in new infrastructure, such as the Grand Egyptian Museum, to attract tourists back in droves. 4.3 The Suez Canal. Egypt is home to one of the world's most critical shipping routes, the Suez Canal. It connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea, facilitating about 12% of global trade. The canal brings in significant revenue for the government, and in 2015, Egypt expanded the canal to boost its capacity. This expansion project was designed to attract even more international shipping traffic and increase Egypt's influence in global trade. Section 5. Energy. A growing force in natural gas and renewables. Energy is one of Egypt's most promising sectors, especially in recent years. Egypt's discovery of the Zohr gas field in the Mediterranean in 2015 was a game-changer. It's one of the largest gas fields ever discovered, transforming Egypt from a net importer of natural gas to a net exporter. In addition to natural gas, Egypt is also investing heavily in renewable energy. The Benban Solar Park is one of the largest solar installations in the world and is a key part of Egypt's plan to produce 42% of its electricity from renewables by 2035. These energy resources are positioning Egypt as a regional powerhouse. Section 6. Challenges, population, inflation, and poverty, **. While Egypt has significant potential, it also faces serious challenges. The most pressing of these is its rapidly growing population, which has now surpassed 100 million people. With such a large population, Egypt's infrastructure, public services, and job market are under tremendous pressure. Inflation has been another issue. In 2016, Egypt floated its currency, leading to a sharp devaluation of the Egyptian pound. This move helped stabilize the economy in the long term but caused short-term pain, with prices for basic goods rising dramatically. The poorest Egyptians have been hit the hardest, with around 30% of the population living below the poverty line. Section 7. Economic reforms and infrastructure investments. To tackle these challenges, Egypt has embarked on a series of economic reforms. In 2016, Egypt entered into an agreement with the International Monetary Fund, IMF, for a $12 billion loan. In exchange, the government committed to tough reforms, including cutting energy subsidies, introducing a value-added tax, and floating the Egyptian pound. At the same time, Egypt is investing heavily in infrastructure. The government is building a new administrative capital east of Cairo to alleviate congestion in the city. New highways, bridges, and a high-speed rail network are also under construction. These projects aim to modernize the country and stimulate economic growth. Section 8. Egypt's future, opportunities and uncertainties. So, what does the future hold for Egypt? The country is at a crossroads. On one hand, its natural gas reserves, renewable energy potential, and strategic location give it an edge in the global market. On the other hand, Egypt must address deep-rooted issues like poverty, unemployment, and political instability to unlock its full economic potential. The government's efforts to promote entrepreneurship, particularly in the tech sector, offer hope for the future. Cairo is becoming a hub for startups, especially in fintech and e-commerce. If Egypt can continue to foster innovation and invest in education, it could provide much-needed jobs for its growing youth population. Egypt's economy has evolved dramatically over the millennia, from the riches of the Nile to today's bustling urban centers. Its path forward will not be without challenges, but with the right investments and reforms, Egypt could secure its place as a regional economic powerhouse. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's economies. See you next time.